All right, everybody. It's Scott. We're out in Bearspaw for the build 2, and we're just doing some backfill. So I want to show you something here, what I'm doing. I'm working on backfilling this garage. My excavators couldn't get out here to do this, so I'm doing it myself, and I'll explain to you what we're doing. So we don't have quite enough clay here to fill it, so I'd have to dig another burrow pit. But the thing about clay, especially if it's cold out, is it can freeze, and when you put it in the hole, you have to compact it. Now this hole, if you come back here and have a look, you'll see how deep it is. And I've already got some in the back there. So we're just gonna finish putting sand in it. So sand is actually really good for backfilling. I had somebody ask me why we don't compact it, but you can't really compact it unless it's in a solid thing, and there's really no need. I'll have this all done here shortly. When I get this load in here, I'll be able to get the truck to back in further, and I won't have to move as much of it. It doesn't settle. A lot of people talk about don't ever build your house on sand for a foundation, but that's if the sand's capable of eroding. This is good. It's inside the garage. So I've got another probably 2 or 3 truckloads to put in here, and then we'll be done. I had to dig this garage deeper because the ground was not good here. I had some black dirt in there, so it's organic. You can't put your footings on that for sure. So anyways, come on, I'll show you what I did. I did the backfill around here and got the crush down on the road. So the homeowner is going to want to have a little parking pad on this side, so I wanted to make sure that it's nice and packed. And you'll see that if you are wanting something hard packed, you try and run over it as much as you can. So it slopes away from the house, and we've got, so you can come around the house. Inside here, we've got that all packed. It's sloping out here. I've talked to you guys about these. These are sleepers, but if you haven't heard, what we do is we put those in so that I can have my actual siding further down. We had to do this higher because of the elevations on the other side of the house. The hole would be too deep. So this side's higher than that side. So as you can see, we had a giant mound of clay over there. And now that's all been pushed around to backfill around the house. Here's one of our walk-ups. So we have drains in here because we're gonna have concrete steps down here, and I need a drain in there so that when we have rains or anything, we can have it the water go out. Again, this has all been backfilled and having the water flow away from the house. I haven't finished in here yet because I've got a trailer in the way. Chester's here framing. We're gonna go see what he's doing after. Here's another thing that we do with our weeping tile. We put it under the windows everywhere just in case we end up with a window well. Now this is gonna have a deck. So we got screw piles coming in later, and they're gonna be out here somewhere. So screw piles, instead of using sonotubes, we're using screw piles. That's an engineered system that they drill into the ground. Flighting, it's called, and that holds your deck up. So here, I've left this open for a reason. As you can see, I've got an orange spot on top of the windowsill there, though no window in there yet. That's where the septic system is going to come out. So I've got my groundworks done for my plumbing, and so we've got that all ready. We're going to be prepping that shortly so that I can get this basement poured, and there's a couple reasons for that. Number one reason is so that my furnace guys will come. HVAC guys don't do the work anymore until it's poured, so I try and keep ahead of them. Our sewer system comes out under there. It's going to run over here about to where that machine's sitting, and that's going to be the septic tank, and up top there is the septic field. So once again, it's nice to know where everything is. We'll run a tracer wire on this so that it can be located. So come on over here. Here's the second walk up, and that pipe got knocked over a bit, so we've got to have that fixed. But again, this will be concrete steps coming down. Come on over here, and I'll show you what I did here. I've left this open as well because our electric is going to come in here, and the meter's going to be up here, but our electric's going to go underneath the footing into the electrical room over there. That'll be put in a conduit so that we can get it out if we ever have to. But we got the top here all wired. This was fun. So I was excavating here, moving all this dirt around, and this was covered in dirt, and I didn't know it. This is a stump. So I'm pushing dirt, my clay around here, and I ran into that stump because I didn't know it was there. And my machine stopped dead. And Scott almost went out the windshield. I'm still feeling the effects. Come on over here. So again, all of this is designed. I have it all so that it slopes away from the house out into here. These trees will gobble up as much water as they can. So this is pretty compacted. The reason I didn't start in here is when they start the trench for the electrical, I don't want them to have to re-dig it. So after they get that trench dug and we get our electric in there, we'll backfill everything. So it's important to have the dirt sloping away from the house even when you're still building. It's just nice not to have a whole bunch of water settling there. This will settle some, but man, we've had such a great year. There's hardly any frost in the actual dirt, and I've been able to crush it down. So these are the two doors that are going in the back. Now these are triple pane, so there's no glass in these. And the reason for that is, if you had to lift these with triple pane glass, man, it'd be hard on your back. So come on, let's go see what they're doing inside for framing. Oh yeah, before we go in, we've got a deck across here as well. So we're gonna have our screw piles put in here as well. And then this deck comes out front. They're gonna have this beautiful little deck here that's covered, and they can see right down their road. They've got beautiful trees here, eastern exposure. So when they wake up in the morning and have their morning coffee out here, it's gonna be great. Come on. All right, so here we are inside the Ember. It's got a really nice entranceway, double opening doors. It's got a nice deck out there, like I said, so you can go out eastern exposure. So there's a few things I keep wanting to stress about what we use that other people don't. We use plywood floors, and a lot of guys still use OSB, and we use plywood exterior walls. So we just believe they're better. And I guess the main thing is that with OSB, which means oriented strand board, it's just a bunch of pieces all put together and glued. So when it gets water on it, it swells more. This doesn't swell. It's like a sheet that's glued to another sheet that's glued to another sheet. They're glued as well, but they just don't respond the same as OSB. So it's what we do, and I think that it's better because there's more wood in it. There's not as many chemicals in it, I guess, if you want to say that. So come on in and I'll show you. This is the Ember, and it's a pretty expansive house. It's got a really nice living area with a huge sliding glass door. It's my double wide openers. They're 12 feet wide, 8 feet tall. We've got 2 bedrooms over here. Actually, the one's going to be used as a second den. This is the first den, double opening doors. And again, as you can see, when you come in here, beautiful big window to look out. Same in this bedroom slash office over here. It's got a beautiful big window, nice walk-in closet, which will probably be for storage of items. So we have the 10-foot ceilings throughout the home. Come on over here. It's windy again today. And we're coming into the kitchen area. There's Steve.
Hi, everyone.
Framing again.
Framing again.
Old Chester. Hi, Chester. Good to see you again.
Hi, Scott.
So, again, we have the double sliding doors. Now, the homeowner was convinced that they wanted 9-foot ceilings, and they also did not want this big of a sliding door. They didn't want the 8-foot. Anyways, I convinced them that it was the right decision. And since they've been coming through, they love it. And it is spectacular. It's all glass across this back. And as I said to you, they're triple pane windows. So they've got great R value. They're argon gas filled. So it's not like the old days when you had a bunch of windows, that was a cold wall. This will be really nice. So come on over here. We'll go into the owner's suite. Before we get here, this is actually going to be the laundry room area. So when you come in from the garage, mudroom. Oh, sorry. Yeah, mudroom, laundry room is here. And this is the entrance into the owner's suite. So they've got another huge window as well. And again, when you look at the framing, we do 16-inch on center out here. And that's really important to me. It's just structurally better. When you have this plywood, man, we've got really a lot of wind right now. So go ahead, Steve. And everything's just very stable. Come on in. This is the ensuite. So they've got a nice standalone tub over here, shower area. They've got, this is the closet. They've got their commode in there, and they have their, I can't remember exactly where the sinks are in here. I'll have to think about that, but I think that the sinks are here. So anyways, I don't memorize all the plants, but I try to. Anyways, that's the Ember. It's a great place. We're out in Bearspaw. They've got a beautiful lot, and I'm really excited. We're gonna have the trusses here tomorrow, so hopefully the wind will have calmed down and Chester will start flying those, and we'll get a roof on here, and then I'm happy because it's already sealed off. He's put his Typar on it. Chester does that for me. So once the roof's on, I'll get the shingles put on, and we can just get going, and it makes it a lot quicker. So come on, I'll show you some more stuff. So I talked already about why we use 16-inch on center for the exterior walls, but I didn't give you all the reasons. So let's talk about it from a structural standpoint as far as how well the house stands up. So When you're putting on anything on the outside of the house, you have more contacts where it's solid wood. So your siding, even when you're putting your chicken wire up for your stucco, anything like that, you're attaching more things to solid wood. So that's one thing. On the inside, whenever you're putting anything on the wall, you have more contact points to screw things in for your cabinets, your built-ins, even the drywall. All of those things are important. The exterior walls, we don't use drywall glue, of course, because there's poly on there. We use a lot of drywall glue on the inside, but the exterior there isn't. So anytime you have more solid pieces of wood, you have a better product on the inside and the outside. So remember that. Now, the joists in here. These joists are down here. They're 19.2 on center. And anyways, what we do is we 0-point load our inside walls. So what that means is we put those 19.2 on center, and they line up with the actual joist. So this lines up with this joist. This lines up with this joist. This lines up with this joist, and so on and so forth. So again, it takes from the joist, connects to the wall, and then we go up top. We don't actually connect our trusses everywhere, but we connect them so that they don't move around. Sometimes the truss is a little bit higher than the inside wall. So anyways, I hear a truck coming right now, so we'll come back in and talk about some more stuff. I just have to guide him into the garage. So